All right, so I like doing the westbound side of the Eisenhower Tunnel. We're starting kind of at Georgetown. There's a couple dips, and then you kind of just get to Loveland Pass, and then you're right there. In a couple of miles, you're into the tunnel. So far so good. Trans temps staying right around 163 or less. Engine temps, they don't give us a definitive number per se, but it's not even over a third. And we've had to actually slow down. We've been using the cruise control, zero issues going up the hill. So coming in and out of Georgetown, westbound, you basically do your starter climb. This is a lot of times where you're going to run into your slow-moving trucks. So whether you're driving your vehicle, you're going to have to slow down and get over, merge, and everything like that. And you hope people will let you in. A lot of times they won't. But it's nice to have the extra power to get over. So it is nice when you can kind of just get into it again. The tach never even went over 3,000 RPMs, and you got to get past those guys. You know, the truckers have problems getting up and down the hills sometimes with those heavy loads, but really doing good. Exhaust brake, we'll find out going down the west side. That to me is the steeper side as you go down into Silverthorne. But just a little PSA, guys. If people have their blinker on and you know that they can make the speed, let them over. Don't make everybody slow down to 5 miles an hour. Don't be a dick and pull up when there was plenty of room for me to get over, but I want to be courteous and turn my signal on and give the person warning. Yeah, they sped up and got my blind spot, so I had to slow down even more behind that truck. So don't be a douche, all right? So we're just going to keep on climbing here. So as we keep going, guys, again, the thing I want to reiterate is all the power in the world is basically useless if you don't have control with it. And I still firmly believe that the Chevy and the GMC trucks are the most firm planted. And whether it's the independent for suspension, a stiff or frame, or something along those lines, I just feel that when you're going around the curves in this, it's just more dialed into the road. And that was even on Kong, and this is an LTZ, so this one has the digital variable speed steering or whatever. I don't notice any difference in necessarily towability when it comes to that. I'm just saying overall sure-footedness, it feels real good. Our roads are bad, and this is a rough riding truck here and there when you're hitting some of these big-ass potholes, but I would say generally this feels like it's a better riding truck than Loki, although Loki was pretty good over my other Fords because Loki was a trimmer, so I think having that taller spring in the front helped a lot. And then this truck does have the camper package and increased front axle weight increase, so that may do play into effect because it's prepped for a snow plow. So but yeah, so look down here at our gauges, still cruising right up the mountain at 65, 172 trans temp. It is now 65 right here, 63 actually, and you can see our temperature gauge down there. So good oil pressure. There's the average fuel economy for the last 67 miles, which is to be expected. It's not broken, and we've pretty much just been climbing since we left Denver. So all right, we're gonna keep trucking up the west side here. We don't time this west side, frankly, I know they time it to see who goes up this thing the fastest, but honestly, it's going to be more of not even paying attention to time. It's going to be, how does it do power-wise? Do we have the ability to pass and get going, slow down, more so than the time? So I'm not really going to worry about time. We'll just look at the clock real quick and look back when we're at the top. All right, so somebody let me merge. We're on the entry part to the westbound side of the Eisenhower Tunnel up here. And again, as soon as we get into it, right up to speed. Trans temp's even lower than it was before, so we're about ready to hit the tunnel, and then we'll show you coming down. There's Loveland Pass. We still got some snow up here. Oh yeah, really good. All right, so give you guys a little shot of some beautiful snow on our mountains up here in late May. Yeah, so 50 mile an hour. I mean, we were blowing past people. Not exceeding the speed limit, obviously, but no issues. doing that. Now we're going to go into the tunnel here where it drops down to a 35. And the fun part, we'll be seeing how this truck holds coming down this other side. And we'll see. It looks like we got some wind too coming through the tunnel. So you can see right there the Johnson-Eisenhower tunnel. It's not just the Ike G, as people claim. It's a two-part named tunnel. One side is eastbound is Johnson side, and westbound is Eisenhower. So when they're running the eastbound, calling it the Ike, it's not. So we're just going to cruise through here, and then we'll pop out this other side and really see how it does going down a hill. And of course, guys, I'll do the eastbound side too, so this is going to be the westbound side. All right, there's 7% grade for 7 miles now. Let's see. Oh my gosh, these highways freaking suck. I won't say it. They suck really bad here. So, all right, so one thing I have told you guys is, again, pay attention to all of the signs. You can see that sign right there says vehicles over 26,000, and there's a semi above it. If your coach and truck or RV puts you at that, you need to make sure you're doing the 65, 35, whatever they denoted for your speed. And then also, guys, when you're hauling, pay attention to your runaway truck ramps in the mountains, just in case you have to use them. Hopefully you've managed your speed good enough that it's not a big deal. So we're going to just give it a light tap and keep the exhaust brake in. I was doing 71, which I probably shouldn't have been. That was my bad. But speed limit is 65, and it is tugging us down. We can see right here it's hanging 64. Trans temps 178. Good stability. It's actually taking us down to 63. You can see this. I don't know if you guys can see it, the heads up in the video. Hopefully you can. But only one brake input just for it to grab the gear. It's got a 62. I'm not messing with the manual selector. It's down to 61. I mean, honestly, we may have to push the throttle. And this is day and night over what was in the Gen 1 L5P. Yeah, I mean, it's got us down to 60 at a 60% grade. One brake input. I am very happy. When we brought the trailer up the other day from the plains, I gotta admit, just cruising into towns, I could feel how much better exhaust brake was over my first one. But now going through the mountains, I'm actually very pleased. That new Borg-Warner turbo and bigger, I guess an impeller is what it is in the turbo. This bigger turbo vanes. It's doing excellent. That's a Ford in front of us with a very small fifth wheel. We can watch his brake lights kick on here and there, but maybe his exhaust brake's doing good. Yeah, it's got us all the way down to 59 miles per hour. Yeah. I'll come back here at the bottom, guys. All right, everybody, we made it down. We got to the end of the 35 mile an hour zone. I actually had to give it throttle, but this truck stayed anywhere between 54 and like 60, and zero brake inputs other than as soon as we came out of the tunnel. So I'm very, very happy with that. I mean, that's excellent. Now, fuel economy, it is what it is on an engine that's not broke in, but it's not disparagingly better or worse than the gassers were. But yeah, definitely awesome on that. So that's the end of the Westbound. Eisenhower Tunnel side of that, and we will see you here shortly.